Hello everyone and welcome back to the Armada Clan official YouTube channel. My name is Mighty Eskimo 6. I am your host. Thank you for joining me today, and today we're back in Vanilla Medieval 2. I almost said Vanilla Reforged there, but silly me, who cares? So this is a 4v4 and we'll get in the teams. So team 1 and, well, the Armada team and not the Armada team. So we'll just go along with that. The first member is not a weeaboo, leading England. He has yeoman archers. He has a lot of heavy bill militia. Over here, he has some Sherwood foresters. They're archers. Sherwood, Robin Hood's men. Yeoman archers, heavy bill militia, yeoman, retinue longbowmen, more heavy bill, more retinue longbowmen. England has quite a good chunk of their army up there. On this flank, however, down here, guarding this section of path, they have dismounted English knights. They have more yeoman archers, and more. So yeah, two units of each, and it looks like one other unit is there. Dismounted English knights. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. More dismounted English knights over here. Armored swordsmen, probably one of the better units that England has, and then General's bodyguard. Over here we have Denmark, led by Seamith. He has some Norse war clerics because they're preaching the word of God in a very aggressive tone. We have chivalric knights, 2 units of them. We also have more chivalric knights, another 2 units of them, as well as the general's bodyguard. We have 2 units. Wait, no, hold on, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4 units of dismounted chivalric knights, and crossbow militia. Looks like there is a good 1, 2, 3, 4 units of them, so definitely a quality army in the back. And right over here we have regular crossbowmen, 4 units of them. Over here we have looks like the Holy Roman Empire, one of my favorite factions to have. We have Pavese crossbowmen, they are there. We also have Landsknecht pikemen, very good pikemen, but they're also very vulnerable to any range whatsoever. It looks like there are 4 units of them. We also have some religious fanatics right here, very religious fanatics. Dismounted feudal knights, they're very good sword and board infantry. Looks like we have 3 units of them. We have the general's bodyguard right there, as well as 2 tonic knights, very good knights indeed. We have 2 units of them. We have more Pavese crossbowmen, that is 2 units right there. We have general's bodyguard. This one is not the general's bodyguard. And we have more Teutonic knights, 2 more units of them. On to the last and final member of this team. It is Frenchman, led by Suspicious. He has noble knights, a general's bodyguard, which is not where the general is, more noble knights, some French pikemen. Looks like we have 4 units of them. Back here is the general with the general's bodyguard. We have dismounted chivalric knights. Looks like we have 2 units of them, as well as dismounted noble knights, 2 units of them. We got 2 units of crossbowmen, and it looks like 2 units of aventuriers, and then 2 units of Scots Guard. Wow! All right, there we go. So very elitish army over here, quality. Facing off against France is the army of Spain. It makes sense, they were neighbors. We have some Pavese crossbowmen. Looks like 4 units of them. They're all in that 2-line formation. We got some conquistadors over here. They were clearly not fighting in the Americas, so they haven't conquistadored the Americas yet. We got some tercio pikemen. You gotta speak it with a Spanish accent. Tercio pikemen. We have sword and buckler men down there as well, right mixed in with the conquistadors. So probably every time I'm going to talk to Spain, I'm going to try doing it in Spanish, see how well that works. If you don't like it, well, please let me know in the comments down below, and like and subscribe for the channel. We got more conquistadors, more tercio pikemen, and dismounted chivalric. No, dismounted conquistadors, sorry. So these guys are just conquistadors, but without the horses. Conquistadores and general's bodyguard, that is where the general is. It is also led by Artibella from Arm, right? Onto the great kingdom of Sicily, we have Cataragon. I'm gotta get used to these names yet. And we have Norman Knights, dismounted Norman Knights, Pavese crossbow militia, plenty of them, and then Pavese crossbowmen. These guys will definitely give a lot of good punching on the armored units of the French, and well, any one of the defenders really. We have dismounted Norman Knights, some sword and bucklermen over here, more Norman Knights that have been dismounted, and some general's bodyguards. Looks like the late Imperial and the regular ones as well. Alright, that's about it for the Sicilians. But we'll go down over here to everyone's most favorite faction, Mulan, led by Brancaleon. He has pike militia, 2 units of them. We got several units of Genoese crossbowmen. These guys are absolutely nuts. We have dismounted men-at-arms, dismounted broken lances, dismounted feudal knights, dismounted men-at-arms. More of them. It's just great. Mailed knights over here. We have 2 units of them. We got 2 units of Knights Hospitaller. We got, Hospitaller. There we go. We got General's Bodyguard and another unit of Knights Hospitaller. Now, over here on this final army of the team of Arm, we have, this one isn't an Arm player, but oh well. This is No Spam 23. He has 2 Knights Templar units hiding because this is the Pope's army. This is something that is very important to the Pope. The Pope has declared all of these European, factions heathens, and has declared a crusade upon them. The Knights Templar again over there. The Pope himself, which is called the Pope himself in metal armor. More Knights Templar over there. We got dismounted feudal knights, dismounted broken lances, dismounted feudal knights, broken lances, feudal broken, feudal broken. Alright, cool. We have 2 units of pike militia staring down those British longbows in the eye. We have several Pavese crossbowmen and crossbow militia as well. That about does it. So we're going to see how the Pope handles these heathens right now. So right off the bat over here we can see Sicily is moving forward the Cav, trying to intercept France. France is trying to... Oh, we got some hidden French mounted archers. Looks like they're going to try and screen a little bit, trying to slow down the Sicilian army as the French desperately is trying to get to the Holy Roman Empire and Denmark. As we can see, they're surprisingly not running. Oh, the infantry's running, but the cav is not. But the cav is way faster, so they can definitely wait. Sicily is pulling... No, the infantry of Sicily is moving forward and is trying to catch up to the French. The Pavese crossbow militia are going to fire down on the British the French. We get the Norman Knights advancing. And first volley. Not sure if any bolts were fired on that one. But the French mounted archers, there are still 80 of them. España está avanzando y rápidamente, en serio, porque ellos están avanzando muy rápido. Los conquistadores están avanzando con mucha rapidez. Ellos quieren atacar a los franceses porque francés es... el Papa dice no, son infieles. Entonces, España se ataca. I hope I said that right. Anyway, continuing on. The French still going on. The Pope over here, the Papal States, they're going into more of a skirmish, and they're definitely not doing so well over here. The British archers, retinue longbowmen, and everyone, they have the high ground. They are definitely the Obi-Wans in this situation, but they're also using a lot of ammunition. A lot of the retinue longbowmen, a lot of the Sherwood archers, they're all firing at... there is some little, as we can see here, the arrows going into the ground, but a lot of the arrows are all focused down on this one unit of Pavese crossbowmen. They're down to 21 actually, so definitely lots of smaller amounts of troops are alive. Most of the Papal forces are shooting down on these English down here guarding the road. We'll find out if that's going to do much good for the British. I'm not even sure how these troops can get down except for the the long way. So these troops are trapped up here. Not a weeaboo. Not a weeaboo. English troops are trapped. So over here now, the French and the Holy Roman Empire, they're kind of lining up. They're preparing to take on Sicily and Hispania at the same time, but the French is advancing. Nope, the Noble Knights are still trying to pull back. We've got the Scots Guard. They're shooting their bows. Heavily armored they are. They're pretty good. And they go, more volleys. As we go, Pavese crossbowmen. Yep. These guys are a little clustered right here. They need to spread out, otherwise they will get shot and like splash damage. You know, that not good. Los conquistadores, España se avanzó. Está formando la línea. Todo está bien. Okay, well, that might be a little hard, but we'll see what we can do. All jokes aside, Spain is moving forward and is preparing to march alongside Sicily. Sicily is going a little bit more aggressive with these crossbowmen, the 4 units of Pavese, and we do have 4 more units of militia over here as well. The Spanish ones are marching. They're trying to get around the French line, and eventually climb up this hill to get at the Roman Empire, the Holy Roman Empire. The Danes are just sitting around while Milan has come around. Looks like most of Milan's forces. Looks like there are a couple of hidden forces around, but not all that many, to be honest. But Milan is advancing and supporting Sicily. So going against Denmark in that narrow chokehold would be very difficult. So they're trying to force out the defender armies to spread their line out very thin. Here would be a very good charge if the horses could get to them on these crossbowmen. If they were very vulnerable, exposed out in the open. More crossbow bolts are being exchanged. We'll just take a look on what the Pope is doing. The Pope is definitely suffering many casualties. Over here, it looks like an entire unit has perished, and then some. As we can see, only 7 are left here as they fire on down at the British, trying to hold this section of road. They're trying to hold this back road. Their general is moving away from the archers, but there is still a formidable presence. They will hold on for a while, but that is the big thing, though. Will the Papal States be able to push their way through? Denmark is coming down off the mountain. They're going a Viking. Yes, their chivalric knights are going to show the Pope the true meaning of Christianity. Even though I don't know if that's actually how it's supposed to go. But we'll find out. As we can see, yes, the general's bodyguard himself. This is very dangerous, but also very potentially good. As the general bodyguard unit is probably one of the best units that any one person can field, or any one faction can field, and the chivalric knights are just absolutely powerful. Now remember, there are some Knights Templar hidden right here in the woods, so we cannot forget that. So this might be a trap that is sprung. General's bodyguard and Knights Templar of the Pope are just sitting there, and no spam 23 is definitely keeping his knights hidden, which is very important. Over here, though, we do have Milan sending over the mailed knights. Mailed knights are very good on the charge, but other than that, not that good. They're a nice, cheap alternative. Good cav, very good anti-archer. Again, more skirmishing is going on. The French have used their mounted archers to charge down and rout some of these Pavese crossbowmen. So very good use of the missile cav, even though that's technically not their role, but they're now shooting, but now being shot, which is the problem of cav, any cav getting close to these crossbowmen, and that is absolute destruction. Over here, though, it looks like Denmark is planning on going. We do have 2 chivalric knights and another chivalric knight from Seamouth. There we go. There's the first cav clash right here. Very nice. The chivalric knights will probably chew these mailed knights out. And more chivalric knights are coming in. Now would probably be the time for the Knights Templar to get moving. Over here, the Pope's general in the background, we can see they're being engaged. Does not look like a lot of micros going on there. The mailed knights have routed over here from Milan, but one unit is still alright. Still fighting. And yes, indeed, there goes the general for, I believe, was that general on general? Was that CNIM's general? Very well could. Yes, that was CNIM's general. That was Denmark's general. In a very bold move, he died sacrificing, trying to go after the Papal States general. But now Denmark is definitely going on and just wrecking the archers of the Papal States. The Pope does not know what to do over here. Is divine will lost? Has he lost divine favor from God? Well, probably not, because he's still alive. So there is that. More of the Knights Templar coming down, trying to capture this Knights General's bodyguard. We got more pike militia over there, and Pavese crossbowmen that have advanced further up ahead, going after the British infantry, have been beaten back. The French, not the French, the English are now coming down. Now it is the time for these dismounted, broken, and feudal knights. Yep, there they go. There they're charging in. Looks like, yep, there they go. Denmark is moving its cav around, trying to help support. So the British and Denmark are really aiding each other. We have more skirmishing going on. The crossbowmen going against the pike militia. They're a very nice, easy target, very squishy. They could be problematic in the actual military infantry engagement. So that's why we have the crossbowmen from Suspicious shooting them down. These crossbowmen still, they're very battered, but they're still fighting. We have a couple of pike militia. Looks like they tried going up against these Pavese crossbowmen from the Holy Roman Empire, but they were driven back. They were routing. They possibly might return. We got some Knights Hospitaller going against some of the Noble Knights. They're definitely going to win this one. There are only 5 left. No, it looks like they're all dead. Oh, no, they're right there. Never mind. There's 4 left. So, yeah, this unit of Noble Knights is gone. So we'll just finish wrapping up what's going on over here with the Papal States. They have an entire unit of dismounted broken lances and feudal knights that are not doing anything, that could very well do something. Pike militia is trying to advance. Knights Templar, both units have arrived from being hidden. The Norse war clerics, they're preaching their version of Christianity and routing these dismounted feudal knights. Over here, the dismounted English knights, they're coming in with their good 2-handed weapons. Looks like they're like little hammers with a spike on them. And yes, those broken lances, they're having a tough time as it is. They're just getting beaten back. But that guy just got killed. In the name of the Pope. Or more likely, in the name of God, since this is the Pope. But now we do have some fighting to the death. Yep, the chivalric knights over here and Norse war clerics are doing very, very well. But will they be able to keep fighting against pikes? We'll find out as this pike militia is slowly creeping forward. And it looks like there is a little bit of movement. Yes, indeed, the French are sallying down off of their mountain, going after Spain. Spain is maneuvering their conquistadors around, probably going after some of those English, those dismounted noble knights. But the general's bodyguard, it is spread out. This is a pretty vulnerable unit right now. I'm not sure if, no, this one is not the unit. It is this one. Cannot forget that. But Spain is ready to receive anyone who is coming down. The conquistadors have engaged one unit of the general's bodyguard. And there we go. In come the other units. More engagement going on. This is the actual general over here. No, this is the noble knight. Sorry, the general of France. And there goes the Pope. The Pope has died. Very sad. Or I guess we can just say that was the general that led the armies of the Pope. But now Spain is going against France and a little bit of Denmark. Denmark is maneuvering his troops around to help support. We also have Teutonic Knights and dismounted feudal knights from the Holy Roman Empire. And Sicily did get the opportunity to charge after these crossbowmen right there. Scots Guard, actually. And now they're causing more chaos in the back. They're going after these Aventures. Over here we do have more Norman Knights. Norman Knights are being key in this battle right now. They're causing chaos against this line right now. Now is a good opportunity for Milan and Sicily to push their troops forward, or possibly to help crush the French advance. They're leaving themselves particularly exposed. Yep, more over here. Norman Knights. They're trying to pull out now. We have another unit of Norman Knights. Looks like they're going after those Pavese crossbowmen. But over on the French and the British, they have England. Denmark has their Norse war clerks are routing. Chivalric Knights, they're moving around. They are very tired. They're very impetuous. They're very eager. We have a lot of the British. They came off of this slope over there. They're coming down off the mountain. That's a very interesting move. Well, coming down off of a defensive position is always kind of scary, but now this is definitely a good chance for them to wipe out the Papal States, who are nearly completely gone. They only have some feudal knights left and some broken lances, so not very many troops and a couple of crossbowmen. That's actually pretty interesting, and pikes. So England can, with the forces of Denmark that are here, can easily crush the Papal forces that are still alive. We do have some crossbows from Denmark. Denmark is keeping a close eye, looks like, on just this flank. There are a couple of units, but most of the troops are being shifted over. Yes, indeed, Milan is now coming over. The General's bodyguard of the Holy Roman Empire is going in, trying to help out the British. I mean, not the British, the French. I get them confused all the time. They have a vicious rivalry. Incoming charge from the Teutonic Knights, an incoming charge from the Norman Knights, an incoming charge from the Knights of Spilliture from Milan. It's a charge after charge, and there's another charge of the Milanese general. Very crazy and intense indeed. Back there we have more Knights of Spilliture. And French army is pretty gone, but we do have feudal knights from the Holy Roman Empire, conquistadors. We got chivalric knights from Denmark, more conquistadors going in there. Denmark has a very strong presence here, but the dismounted feudal knights are doing what they can. They have taken a very good charge, but not as many of them fell because they were braced. That is very important. Bracing your infantry is good. Over here, Teutonic Knights, they're trying to come around. Yeah, there are plenty of Holy Roman Knights. Over here we have crossbowmen from Denmark. They're trying to reload and fire down on the British forces Spanish forces. Oh my goodness, there's so many factions. In come the Teutonic Knights going in for a charge on the back of these pikemen. The pikemen, though their pikes are switched out for their swords, which is not a good sign for the pikemen at all. Over on this main line, France is barely alive. There's just more cav going on. French troops are trying to consolidate, possibly going after the Sicilian general. If the Sicilian general dies, that will be a big blow to the attacker, or the other team, the armed team. Pavese crossbowmen fighting, and they're going down. They're only down to 3. They will not be very useful in the rest of this battle. Those pikemen have definitely caused a very formidable front line. Religious fanatics are protected by the pikes. Now France is trying to reform the line, but after losing a lot of its troops to Spain, and also now thereby leaving these units all exposed and potentially cut off. We have Milan, spreading out its troops. Sicily can move forward some of its men, as most of the defenders over here have lost their range capabilities. However, the Teutonic Knights still in mass. They're all gathering up, trying to go after this one Norman Knight that is routing. But now we have the Knights of Spiliter. There is a good number of them. They're going to come in and charge, going after these Teutonic Knights. Teutonic Knights decide to turn around and face the charge head on. There they go. These Knights of Spiliter, they're going to fall fairly quickly against the superior numbers of the Holy Roman Empire. Over here we have the Papal States in full retreat. Now the British and what remains of Denmark are advancing on the line, on the front line. So definitely, if there's going to be a big... Oh! The Sicilian general just died. That is very, very sad. So now, yep, that is a big major blow to the morale, and Sicily has still a good chunk of troops left. Pavese crossbow militia, they can rout fairly easily. And then back here, yep, now indeed, we do have the troops moving forward. The Norman Knights, the Bucklermen, sword and Bucklermen, they're going forward. Spain cleaned up a little bit, but is not willing to move too quickly, as there are plenty of... Oh no, the Teutonic Knights have been forced back. The entire army is pulling back. The defender, the heathens, one might say, are pulling back. Over here with the Norman Knights, they're routing the Pavese crossbow militia. Dismounted chivalric knights, they can't get caught out in the open. They are very important. They're pulling back to the front line. More men-at-arms is definitely slow going, but yep, Spain is still healthy. Plenty of sword and bucklermen, more tercio pikemen. Looks like still 2 units of them. Conquistadors, they're trying to wrap up these chivalric knights. Only one left. Now it is time to go and face these heathens down. There is a little bit of sally out by these Teutonic Knights. Teutonic Knights are trying to... Nope, they're pulling back now. Pikemen are advancing, breaking up the front line. France is being bold. Not sure why they're going to be that. Unless, of course, England is going to support them from behind. But, yep, France, I guess, did not want to go and get shot by the Genoese crossbowmen. That is a very good idea. General's bodyguard from France charged right into the dismounted men-at-arms, causing many casualties. They're only down to 10 now. In come the pikemen from France. They're going to cause a very big problem for any other unit that gets in their way. As we can see, there we go. But now these pikemen, they're surrounded by these dismounted men-at-arms, which is a problem indeed. We have pike militia over here going against these pikemen, but their swords are drawn, not good at all. And now we do get the rest of the Holy Roman Empire as they're coming in. More and more pikemen, dismounted men-at-arms. There we go. The front lines have clashed, which is now causing... This is important because their troops are now locked down. Whoever has the cav advantage can possibly win. Over here, the General's Bodyguard and Knights Hospitaller, they are definitely trying to push through these Teutonic Knights and dismounted Noble Knights. If they can break through and get around, it will be catastrophic for the Denmark and French and Holy Roman Empire and English. More Genoese are firing. Sword and bucklermen, there are plenty of them. Now the Sicilians are going to try and push, but they're actually going around these pikemen. Very, very good indeed, because that is probably the best way of getting rid of pikemen is by going around them. Crossbowmen are being covered by the pikes, but going around, they should be able to squish them. Over here is a big gaping hole that Sicily should be able to go in and help reinforce, getting rid of all these dismounted pikemen and these dismounted feudal knights and pikemen. Forgive me. We have more General's Bodyguard going in for the charge. There goes France's general. Shot down in a hail of bolts. General's Bodyguard taking on dismounted Norman Knights. Remember, oh, this is England's general. Right there is England's general as he gets away, barely. Very bloody, but still very much alive. We have yeoman archers. They're very tired. But now English archery can definitely take advantage of all of the enemy troop, or any holes that arise, and they can just pepper them. Dismounted broken lances are charging into these Sherwood archers. Nice charge, silencing them, buying time for the rest of the armies. The rest of the troops, this crossbow militia, are routing. Conquistadors being chased by dismounted chivalric knights, but they won't get far. Pavese crossbowmen have a good chance to open fire, unless they are out of ammo. Conquistadors over there. Looks like we have another charge coming in from the Holy Roman Empire general, going after these dismounted Norman knights, who tried coming around and supporting their allies of Milan. Now they're pulling out again. They're going to try something else. Another cycle charge is very important. We got more sword and bucklermen over there. Over here, England is desperately trying to fend off the Sicilians, but as we can see, the Sicilians are doing a much better job. They didn't have to trek across an entire battlefield. There goes the Holy Roman Empire general, cut down by the sword and bucklermen of Milan. And now, as we can see, the retinue longbowmen, they're getting involved with their swords drawn. This is not what they've trained for. They've trained with the bow. They've used up all their ammunition. It looks like the general's bodyguard from England is retreating. I believe it's one of the few that is left. It's the only general that is left on this team. Oh yes, Germany, the Holy Roman Empire is just shattered. It is routing like nobody's business. The only unit they have left is the general's bodyguard themselves. France disappeared from the battlefield. Milan is now coming in for a rear charge. This is not good. They're cleaning up the captives, and there goes the Milan general. That is very upsetting. It's so close to victory, as we can see by the frames. Very, very, very close, only to die. Very sad. More of the dismounted Norman knights are charging in after these yeoman archers. They're not going to be able to hold on for very long, as they have their hammers. There they go. Hammers are good. Yes. Now we got the pikemen coming in from Spain. We have the dismounted men-at-arms. They're going against the retinue longbowmen and Sherwood archers. Yes, it's definitely not a fight that the Sherwood archers will be able to win, especially since Pavese crossbowmen are going to shoot them in the back. Very upsetting for that. As we can see, yet another fire. Yep, volley right into the back of these Sherwood archers. They're not even armored, but it's just ripping through them. It's very, very sad. Well, actually satisfying. Sad for England, but satisfying for everybody else. Sword and bucklermen going in for the charge. That should break them. And they're broken right there. These Sherwood archers are fighting. They're routing, and I think that is a giant chain rout. And I think that is it. We just have a couple of units fighting to the death. And England's general is the only thing staying alive on the battlefield, which is, yeah, after all of the battle that's gone on, England's general is still alive. So I believe it will be the general bodyguards of the rest of the fallen Milanese general going in for revenge for their fallen general. As we can see, yep, more than nice spirits, so they're chasing them, and the general just routs, straight up routs. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me today. Well, over here we have the battle results. We got Catragon. He has 1224 kills. No Spam has 439. Brancaleone has 750. HMS Artibella has 581. Suspicious has 755. Black Panther, Wakanda forever, may he rest in peace, 808. Seamouth has 665. And Not a Weeaboo has 764. More in detail on the Sicilians: the general's bodyguard getting 233 of the kills, Norman Knights getting 189, and finally one of the Pavese crossbow militia getting 122 kills. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching this video today. Please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot. And thank you, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye!